A night of music and ecstasy in San Antonio takes a horrific turn for 19-year-old Cayley Mandadi. Found unconscious by her boyfriend, Mark Houghton, hours after an argument, Cayley is rushed to the hospital but never regains consciousness. Shocking details emerge: a brutal assault, a frantic drive for help, and a timeline riddled with unanswered questions. As Mark becomes the prime suspect, a passionate debate ignites. Was it a lover's fight gone wrong, or a calculated act of violence? With a hung jury leaving Cayley's family devastated, a relentless pursuit of truth unfolds, leading down a dark path where love and betrayal collide. This is a story of a fight for justice, a search for answers, and the fight to ensure Cayley's voice is heard. Cayley Mandadi and Tyler Clement had been best friends since 9th grade, often communicating via Snapchat. However, on October 30th, 2017, Taylor didn't hear from Cayley. Cayley's parents, Allison Steele and Lawrence Bytond, received a horrified news early that morning and rushed to the hospital. Cayley, just 19 years old, was declared brain dead. Despite their grief, Cayley's parents honored her wish to donate her organs. Cayley, a sophomore at Trinity University, she was in a new relationship with Mark Houghton, who rushed her to a hospital in Luling, Texas, after attending a music festival where they consumed alcohol and MDMA. This event raised questions about the circumstances leading to Cayley's death. Attorney Christy Jack, reviewing a case, unveils a disturbing narrative from a music festival. Arguments between Houghton and Cayley escalated upon encountering Jet Burcham, who happens to be Cayley's ex-boyfriend. Later, as per Howerton, they engaged in makeup sex in a parking lot after Cayley admitted lingering feelings for Jet. She then abruptly fell unconscious. Howerton attempted CPR when Cayley stopped breathing. Rushing to a hospital after spotting a sign, paramedics found Cayley barely clothed with bruises, including prior injuries. 3 months after her demise, an autopsy revealed fatal blunt force trauma. Houghton faced murder charges but claimed innocence, free on bail. Amidst drug use allegations, John Hunter promises startling evidence for the trail. Mark Houghton stands trial in December 2019, accused of kidnapping, assaulting, and murdering Cayley Mandadi, 2 years after her tragic demise. Prosecutors argue Houghton forcibly took Cayley from the Mala Luna Music Festival, sexually assaulting and fatally beating her. Defense attorney John Hunter counters, claiming lack of evidence and eyewitnesses to prove Houghton's guilt. Paramedic Cheryl Lane testifies to finding Cayley in a disturbing state in Houghton's car, but Hunter disputes the interpretation of bruises as evidence of foul play, suggesting drug overdose instead. Despite investigators' belief in Houghton's involvement, Hunter portrays him as physically imposing, challenging the prosecution's narrative. Cayley Mandadi's friends suggest Mark Houghton used steroids. Houghton, initially cooperative with investigations, showed concern for Cayley's well-being. With Cayley deceased, investigators rely on her remains for evidence. Dr. Susanna Dana's autopsy reveals blunt force injuries consistent with a fatal beating, though one injury is attributed to medical care during cross-examination. Cayley's troubled relationship with Houghton, marked by jealousy and violence, is revealed through testimony from friends and roommates, including an incident where Houghton allegedly threw Cayley against a wall. As the murder trape unfolds, witnesses prepare to testify about Cayley's tumultuous final moments and her strained relationship with Houghton. Officer Lewis faced resistance from Houghton when attempting to enter Cayley's room, where he found signs of disturbance and scattered clothing. Houghton's aggression extended to smashing Cayley's laptop and being barred from campus. Cayley's conflicted feelings between Houghton and her ex-boyfriend Jet Burcham surfaced, with both vying for her affection. Jet testified to an intense confrontation at the music festival, where Houghton allegedly coerced Cayley into taking excessive MDMA doses. When Cayley disappeared, Houghton answered her phone, sparking panic among her friends. Jet witnessed Houghton and Cayley leaving, with Cayley appearing distressed, suggesting she was being taken against her will. Pivotal testimony in the trail. During cross-examination, defense attorney John Hunter aggressively interrogates Jet, uncovering inconsistencies and exaggerations in his testimony. Hunter highlights how Jet misled investigators initially, suggesting he exaggerated out of concern for Cayley's safety. Hunter further undermines Jet's credibility by exposing inconsistencies in his timeline at the music festival and questioning him about an unrelated drug charge. Jet repeatedly invokes the Fifth Amendment in response to Hunter's probing questions, invoking it 30 times in 47 minutes, potentially weakening the prosecution's case. Dr. William Anderson, a forensic pathologist, supports the defense's argument in Mark Houghton's trial, suggesting that Cayley's bruising could have resulted from resuscitation efforts and organ donation. Anderson also points to a potential skull fracture, theorizing that it could have caused Cayley's fatal brain bleed. However, upon the defense resting, prosecutors challenge Anderson's assertions by bringing in another medical examiner to refute his testimony. Now the jury faces a crucial decision: whether Mark Houghton is responsible for Cayley's death. The conflicting testimonies of medical experts leave the jury with the daunting task of determining the truth amidst the uncertainty of forensic evidence. After 10 hours of deliberation, the jury fails to reach a verdict in Mark Houghton's murder trial, prompting prosecutors to prepare for a retrial. They focus on refuting defense claims made by star witness Dr. William Anderson regarding Cayley's injuries. Meanwhile, defense attorney John Hunter seeks case dismissal, citing alleged lies by witness Jet Burcham. Cayley's parents, both scientists, meticulously analyze evidence, uncovering photos suggesting Houghton's fatal blow came from striking Cayley's head against the car window. Houghton's admission to police about similar actions adds weight to their theory, but they recognize the need for concrete proof to sway a jury. Cayley's parents meticulously recreated the events of her fatal injury, with Allison posing in a car akin to Houghton's, comparing it to autopsy images. Lawrence went further, constructing a 3D model of Cayley's head to simulate the impact. Tracking down Houghton's sold car, they conducted a test, confirming their suspicions. With the car in their possession, they filmed a reconstruction, hiring actors to depict the scene objectively. Recognizing the need for visual evidence, they aimed to address lingering jury doubts. The video, demonstrating their theory, aimed to provide clarity and convince jurors in the retrial with a visual representation of events. Despite John Hunter's dismissal of the dot above Cayley's ear as speculative, years pass with legal battles. Cayley's mother, Allison, champions the Texas Clear Alert Bill. Hunter's appeal to dismiss the case fails in multiple courts, leading to a second trial set for May 23, 2023. Meanwhile, Mark Houghton flaunts his freedom on social media, showing little remorse. This time, additional charges including aggravated assault are brought against him. The prosecution faces a dilemma with Cayley's parents' video reconstruction, ultimately withdrawing it to maintain their status as impartial witnesses, fearing Hunter's cross-examination could weaken their case. In Trial 2, prosecutors focus on Houghton's abusive behavior, with a domestic violence expert testifying to his manipulative tactics and loss of control. Hunter emphasizes giving Houghton the benefit of the doubt, suggesting MDMA as the cause of Cayley's brain bleed, a theory disputed by prosecutors and Cayley's family. Hunter plans to call Dr. William Anderson again, but prosecutors counter with a new medical examiner discrediting Anderson's previous claims. The defense unexpectedly rests without Anderson, surprising the courtroom. Now a new jury must decide Houghton's fate, intensifying the anxiety for Cayley's parents awaiting justice. After nearly 6 years of legal battles, the verdict finally arrives, with Mark Houghton acquitted of murder but convicted of aggravated assault. Though disappointed, Cayley's family finds solace in Houghton's 20 years prison sentence. For them, it's not enough punishment for the monster he is. Cayley's friend Taylor still feels the wound, while her parents, Lawrence and Allison, have no regrets about their efforts, even though the jury never saw their video reconstruction. Allison, hoping for something positive from Cayley's tragedy, continues her advocacy against violence, honoring her daughter's memory by helping others. That was all for tonight's story. Dive deeper into the archive for more chilling cases with us, and don't forget to subscribe for your weekly dose of real-life crime. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe.